Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hi, my name is Haley. I'm a recent graduate, cashless budgeter, and caregiver, working on her relationship with finances, as well as working towards financial freedom. If that's something you're interested in watching, please leave a like, comment, subscribe down below. And let's get started with my part-time magic month stuffing. So, this budget sheet is from Paycheck Budgets, and I'm basically using these layouts to schedule, budget, and actually stuff my part-time check. You won't see it in my notebook like I usually do, mostly because I do not have any major bills coming out of this check. I see this check as purely supplemental to what I already have going on, so I don't put it in my regular notebook. And just to share some news with you guys, I know you guys heard a lot about the different storms, snowstorms that were happening, and it ended up hitting us on the East Coast or down the East Coast to the point where there was one day where I was not able to work due to road conditions. So I did not get paid for that day, so I worked a total, I worked a total of 3 days instead of my 4 scheduled days. Alright, so for this magic month, I don't expect it to be much higher than what I budgeted for. I received $265.02 after my taxes are gone. I still have not heard word about retirement yet. That will not be clear until February. So I honestly could just use a different color and continue on February on here as well. Just for secession's sake. But that's up in the air right now. Alright, so with the $265.02, I did still make my student loan payment, but I just put $200 as my supplemental extra student loan payment. You guys would have seen that in my January wrap up. It came on the very last day. This was technically supposed to be paid out on the 31st of January, but with this job, I still receive physical checks up until now. So even though I will see the check by the time it gets into the bank process and everything else, then it's days later. Business days later. So I finally got my direct deposit set up so I can do these in a more timely manner and get them out to you guys. So as you're seeing this video, I have physically moved money to where it's going. Alright, so I kept that $200 the same. Tithes, still paid $26 or 10% of my check out for tithes. Oh, sorry guys, didn't mean to hit you. So what I decided to do, as far as, we'll come back to cash envelopes in a minute, but what I've decided to do for my sinking funds is that yes, I'm still stuffing my big ticket binder. My big ticket binder is basically funded by my part-time check, for the most part, if not all the way. But what I've decided to do is alternate between the other long-term savings that I have per check. So what I mean by that is I can put towards my car if I need to, but really that comes in the form of my remaining little leftover that I use towards gas, for example. So I don't really need to stuff my car binder now. It's a binder now. I don't really need to stuff my car binder now, considering the fact that most of the time it's stuff from my full-time check. So I decided to not add it to my part-time, and if I do stuff in it, it's because I need to or something serious is happening. But besides that, the only money that'll be going towards my car for my part-time will be gas, which you guys won't see in my binder. So what other long-term envelopes do I have that my part-time has been going to thus far? Has been future home savings and travel. So what I've decided is to alternate between the two, from check to check, and basically put as much as I can rollover wise, unless I need it for gas. Gas usually doesn't cost me that much, honestly, because I only have a commute for my part-time job, so I fill up on gas maybe every 2 weeks, unless I do a lot of driving, then I need to. or if there are doctor's appointments and stuff like that, then I might fill up a little bit more often. But it doesn't usually cost me that much. It's usually between $20 and $30. $40 if I want to fill up my entire tank. I do that every so often. So yeah, I don't really need to take out of my part-time for it, to be completely honest. So what I've decided to do is whatever doesn't get used for gas or put towards gas, I will add to my account buffer just to pick up change, any taxes on like grocery shopping or something. I use it for that. So with this check, so this one went to 1, just keeping track of that. This one went to 2, and now this line will be for 3. So my big ticket binder is still getting its $25. And this time, since I'm alternating, I'll be putting into travel. And I've decided that travel for my part-time will be going towards my Universal Studios trip. I know I want to go to Universal Studios, more than likely Universal Studios Orlando. And actually a couple of friends of mine from college, we all want to go as a group. Have we picked a date? No, but we're looking at best times throughout the year to go, when everybody's free, because everybody's doing something. Obviously, we're all adults. But once we pick a time and a set date, I want to be able to have funds already started up and going out of my travel binder, so that if we need to go ahead and put a deposit down for where we're staying or a deposit for travel, I can technically not take a plane. I mean, I can take a train if I really want to, or drive if I really want to, or if we collectively decide to drive. That's one thing, and those things are up in the air, which is why I am just going to use, see if I can grab it actually. I am just going to use a universal scratch off that I'll show back up later. Universal scratch off here. And this is also from T&L Budgets. And since this is a $5,000 savings, I do not need $5,000 to go to Universal, to be honest, for one. For two, I am probably not going to be able to save that just with my part-time alone. So what I've decided to do is once I scratch off a number, I'm just going to physically add the two numbers together. So in this case, scratched off at 75. So I just added the 7 and 5 together to make $12, which is what I'm taking out of this check. To put into my travel fund. So after all of that is said, I have a remainder of $2.02, which I put in my account buffer. And I'm going to use my new highlighter from Claudia Foxy Finances to highlight that, but I put it in my account buffer instead of gas. So I am going to add this all up to make sure I am zeroed out. Okay, so I have $2.65 and 2 cents, minus the $200 for student loan payments, minus $26 for tithes, minus the $2.02 for leftover. Wow, I did not type that correctly, did I? No, I did not. $2.65 minus 200 minus 26. I'll just leave off the 2 cents because I know it's there. And then 25 for my big ticket binder, and then $12 for travel. Oh my gosh, minus 10. Yep, and we have completely zeroed out a budget. I kind of like the layout, so I'll try it again in February and decide then whether or not I want to keep using this setup or system, or if I want to change it or accommodate it myself, to account for things like sinking funds changing and stuff like that. Because I might want to put or make one that has sections on it. I don't know. It's up in the air, but I am trying it. Again, this is from Hey Budgets, and if you guys would like to try it, I believe she has it in a Google Drive on her channel. So, with all that zeroed out and being done, we're actually going to get to the physical cash stuffing. We're back, guys. Okay, so got the physical cash out for everything that I need to stuff. And I am going to put this to the side because I believe I'll have enough to condense one of my monthly envelopes. So I'm going to count the rest of this. There's $10, $12 that'll be going to Universal. Put it to the side. I have a total of $25 that's going into my big ticket binder, but $5 will be going into my monthly envelope. So this should be $20. Checking before we start. It's 5, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right. So that's $20 to go into there. We'll start with vacations. And this Universal Scratch Off from T&L Budgets. We'll get this $12. That'll go in there. And then I will write, let's see. I did write on the bottom. Okay. I am going to physically write an IOU for this and just go ahead and scratch off the next one. So in the case that I get to part-time, you know, and can fulfill the scratch off, or I can fulfill it from rounding down like any spending or whatnot, I could just go ahead and keep the ball rolling. Do I plan to? No, this is just in case, so that I'm aware and can budget properly. So I'm just going to go straight in order down the sheet. And that's my neighbor's dog, if you can hear. She's a hound. So howling is definitely her forte. All right. So this scratch off was $80. So I'm treating the zeros as 10. So it'll be 8 plus 10. So that'll be $18 for my next IOU. Get a pencil. And I'll just write $18 for my next Universal IOU. That'll be that. Okay, and now moving on to my big ticket binder. This check technically came at the end of January, so I'm going to stuff this as if it is January, even though it didn't fully process until February. I'm still counting as January. So thus far I have $10, $15, and round down for January. I'm adding $5 from $25 to put in here. So I'm going to put this to the side here and condense it to $20. Saved for January. Just from writing down my check. So then the next stuffings that you'll see will be in February, and we'll keep on moving with that. All right, the actual physical challenges. Wow, that is stuck. Again, dashboard I made myself. I can link the video down below in the description for how to do DIY dashboards and or separators like this. All right, so again, I do not have a full $25 to play this time. So what I'm going to do is go to finish any IOUs I got from January. I still have an $8 IOU from Maddie's Flower Box Challenge. So I'm just going to go ahead and pay that $8. And that was adding the Dahlia tubers, which was $26 in Hope. I just added 2 and 6 to make 8. And see if I can just rip this off. Okay. And I'll take off the IOUs, so that'll be finished. And I will put this card back in the challenge, so next time we play, I'll be able to pull new cards. Alright, and then for Virtue in Bloom, I'll just go ahead and do one more scratch off. We'll see how this goes. And I'm doing these scratch offs by month, so I'm going to take 2, 1, 2. Alright, and that's a 9. So I'll take 5, 7, 8, 9. And now we have $3 left. So what I'm going to do, I do this challenge, by month. So since January is over, I'm going to put this to the side back into the challenge. And I'm going to take a new card for 2 being February and scratch off this card. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in here as well for next time. All right, and now we only have $3. So I could put $3 into rainy savings. I also could do a scratch off on travel and have an IOU. I kind of don't want to do that. I could just mark a 3 off. I could just put it in the junior challenge. You know what? I think I'm just going to add it to the junior challenge. It doesn't get as much attention as the rest of these. At least that's what it feels like. So, adding your $3 here. I have 2, 3, 4, 5, $6. So I'm going to put these to the side. Just go ahead and condense it down to 6. And put it into junior challenge. And then Virtue and Bloom from Carmen the Humble Budgeter has 30, 35, 37, 38, 39. It kind of makes me mad it's not 40, but it's okay. Just go ahead and condense those $2 and make it 39. Okay. So it's her challenge, and then completing the $8 IOU for Maddie's Flower Farm box. Thus far, I have 20, 30, 35, 40, 42, 43. So, I could... I'm just going to put these back, and I'm going to grab a 20-second. Alright, back with the $20 placeholder. So again, that's 20, 40, 42, $43 in the Flower Farm Box Challenge. Alright, well that $20 went quickly. But I did want to have a fresh start for February, so I wanted to get anything mirroring an IOU out of the way, so that we can have a fresh start from the beginning. Alright, let me make sure I put my placeholder paperclip back. And that is it for this cash stuffing. I thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far in the video, please leave a, let's just say a snow cloud and or snow emoji in that comment, since we're starting this new year fresh and getting a whole new fresh start. So at least that's how I'm choosing to see it, because I gotta stay positive. Again, I thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a blessed evening, day, night, wherever you are in the world, and can't wait to see you guys next time. Bye guys.